King Roach is here. King Roach is here. Y'all saying that I got a lot of roaches, all this other stuff. I don't have a lot of roaches, actually. And I live right next to the garbage chute. So, but I just went ahead and embraced it. It is what it is at the end of the day. You got to be thicker skinned when it comes to this stuff. But you Leos have the High Priestess, the 8 of Gabriel, and then you have the 3 of Ariel. So a lot of you very much so are, a lot of you Leos are very much so you have secret admirers. You have people around you who definitely want to see you Leos in a relationship with them. The High Priestess, the 8 of Gabriel, they don't know how to tell you that they like you a lot. People that you probably already know, right? A lot of them. But they think that you and them would essentially be a very good match together. Now, obviously, they don't know that 100%, but they would like to try to see, right? They would like to see if the two of you are actually a match. And then you have the 3 of Ariel. 3 of Ariel right here represents how you are in a situation where you don't know this. Well, now you do. But this person probably felt like this for a little bit, as it is that they continue to get to know you, or they continue to get to know you, that's when it is that they started to like you more and more, because people are attracted to a person that has integrity. They can actually treat people well. It's not just them essentially making matters worse, treating people like trash. We already have too much of that enough as it is. And so if a person can have integrity, treat people well, then you will have a lot of people who will be drawn to you, regardless of if it is people who are putting on a mask or if it's people who are actually for real, right? You're going to have people who are going to be interested in you regardless. And then you Leos have the Lovers and the 9 of Gabriel. So this person is going to confess to you if they haven't already done it. And then it'll be up to you to figure it out, right? So they just thinking about it, and they're just letting you know what it is. And then you Leos, slip of the tongue, you Leos can essentially decide whether or not you want to actually hang out with them. Now, of course, it could be a Libra, it could be any of the zodiac signs, but they are just letting you Leos know that they're into you and that they've probably been into you for a long time. That's the thing that they may or may not necessarily say to you. And so the 3 of Michael, the new beginnings, right? And then you have the King of Michael. These 3 cards right here represent how okay. That's interesting, because the reason why that's interesting is because, okay, based upon these cards, right, they more than likely they will tell you, but there's also a chance that they may not tell you as well. And I'm also seeing something else going on here where they tell you Leos what's going on. They tell you Leos what's going on, and now it's a situation where the 3 of Michael, the new beginnings, and the King of Michael, they wish that they didn't tell you. They like you, but it's almost as if as soon as they told you, they actually wish that they didn't tell you. And the reason why they wish that they didn't tell you is because they don't want to now, where now it's like you Leos may say yes, and then now it's almost like they're actually afraid to really step their game up, because they may not necessarily know if they can actually live life at you Leo's speed and meet you halfway. There's a sense of performance anxiety, right? They don't necessarily know if the two of you are actually compatible in that sense. And then you have the new beginnings, like I said before, in the King of Michael. So it's like some of them may not even tell you at all. Some of them who has told you, they may decide to just dip and not say anything to you, or if you see them, not even bring that up. And I know it's kind of weird, like why would they do that? But see, the Seven of Cups and the Justice right here is about how, here they are acting like they didn't have this type of conversation with you. And the reason why it is that they're acting like this in the first place is because they're just in a situation where, like, you Leos, again, they don't really know if they can actually meet you halfway. So people do get intimidated like that. A lot of times you'll hear people say, oh, such and such is intimidated, or such and such is intimidated. A person becomes intimidated when they don't necessarily know if they can essentially be able to keep up with a person. So it's the air of mystery. They don't necessarily know a person, so they're trying to find out, well, okay, what exactly is going on? That, or they are a hyena. So it's either performance anxiety, where they could be a decent person, but it's performance anxiety, or they are a hyena and that they're dysfunctional, pretty much. But when it comes to the performance anxiety, they could be decent people, but they don't necessarily know if if they brought you or you brought them into each other's worlds, if you would approve. If you Leos would say, okay, yeah, you like this. Or if you Leos would say, nah, you can't, you don't want to hang out with them because of, their lifestyle or lack thereof, right? They see you as, if they hang out with you, would their lifestyle be good enough for you, even though they like you? And see, the Seven of Rock, like, you'd be surprised at how people think that to themselves. You really would. The Seven of Cups now in the Justice is all about how you Leos now. So now it's this sense where this person has to like flex, like this person has to make it seem like they're gonna go talk to somebody else after the two of y'all just had this kind of discussion. So in the next couple of days, don't be surprised if you see this person, right? And you see this person very recently, and the next thing you know, or tomorrow or something like that, and then the next thing you know, this person is immediately hanging out with such and such, right? All hugged up and kissed up, all cupcaking up. And then the next thing you know, it's like, well, what exactly is going on, right? Didn't this person just say this to you, or just tell you that they're into you? The reason why is because they can't take that. I'm telling you, they can't take that rejection, because they can't take that rejection because that's a hyena move. What it is that they doing, that's a hyena move for them to. If they do pull that, then you know everything you need to know about them. It's best for you to leave them alone. But maybe you may need to give them a little bit of space, because again, they don't necessarily know if they could bring you into their world because they scared to. They are intimidated. This nonsense about people aren't intimidated, that's, I would say, about the majority. Some people are intimidated though. Don't let people fool y'all into thinking, because how many times have we seen individuals that will get with you and then they don't know what to do. You know how many times Individuals was giving me a hard time, and then they came to me and was like, I wanted to have your child. Flat out like that. But you would think that they disliked me, but come to find out, they actually liked me a lot and wanted to actually share genetics together. So, they could be on some hyena time. So let's clarify the justice. Right? Let's clarify that. The Nine of Pentacles, the Judgment, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, they're not ready. The Hermit and the Sun card, which is Leo. So you did show up in your own reading. So again, they're not ready. They're not ready. Because the Nine of Pentacles and the Judgment is all about how the Nine of Pentacles is like, they see you doing what you're doing. They see how you Leos are not necessarily worried about anybody as far as a relationship. You're open to one, and you may even approach as well. But they look at you and they look at your lifestyle and they think to themselves, I don't know if the Leo will really like me for how it is that I'm living. So they're really hard on themselves. They're judging themselves before you even get a chance to say yes or no. And then the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Sun card is about, so you Leos, so they would rather just basically excommunicate from the situation, because they again, they're shy. The fact that they dipped out, again, they don't know if they are good enough for you. And then you have the Sun card. They want this. They want two of y'all hanging out, but they're not confident enough. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They're talking themselves down. They don't really know if the situation that they're in is good enough for you Leos. And so they're telling themselves, this ain't good enough for Leos. What am I doing? I'm wilding out. I need to check myself before I wreck myself. So they're the ones that's telling themselves in their own head, in their own imagination. They're the ones that's giving themselves the message of that. Oh, they're not good enough for you. And again, you may not have even necessarily said anything. And even if you Leos did say something where you let them know, like, yeah, you into them and stuff like this, they don't even want to give you a chance to say that, because you Leos ever had them times where it's like you told somebody that you like them and then they saying, okay, I got to think about it. They're thinking about it. Again, people got to stop thinking. People got to stop listening to this stuff, yo. People got to stop being so face value and on his face only. People got to understand, you look at the face, but you got to get deeper though. Like when they told you that, they would tell you that because they legitimately really was thinking about it. It's just that they were trying to play it off like this is nothing, it's trash or whatever. And then again, you have goofballs sitting on the internet that they create rage bait. It's to bait you into being upset because they say the most egregious thing. They'll tell you, oh, such and such isn't even considering that. It's them trying to sell you something by catering to your ego, trying to get you mad, trying to get you upset, trying to get you to be like, oh, I'll show them. But when you really sit back and think about it though, they did, So you just got to think about it. You know what I mean? Far often, too many times, people look at it like, oh, the person just ghosted you. The person just played games with you. Cap. Because if the person isn't into you, see, this is what I'm getting at, and I've been talking about it. A person who is not into you, quote unquote, is not playing games with you. So if a person gotta, oh, I gotta duck and dodge, that person's a coward. You know how many times I've had you know there's this one particular friend that I used to have. I used to think that me and him were homies. This dude was in my home. He ate some of my food. We you know what I mean? We was cool. Played video games. We was cool. Little did I know this guy was talking all kind of trash, terrible stuff. And it's like if this guy, and this is why it is that everybody disliked this dude, but they ain't tell me. I didn't find out until I graduated high school. Is when one of the people who I thought didn't rock with me gave me the heads up. Yo, stay away from such and such. Talks too much trash about you. So what I'm trying to say to you, Leos, is this world is full of illusion because this person is all up in my face, answering my phone calls whenever it is that I call them, and I'm like, yo, homie, what's going on with you? I'm talking about giving me video games to play, a ton of them, giving me video games, like literally not even charging me, not telling me to borrow it, literally giving them to me. And then the next thing I know, he's talking trash. And I'm like, if you did this in front of my face, I still haven't gotten to know what he said about me behind my back. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is this is the game that people will play because it's the notion of you need to take a hint. No, what these people need to do is stop being a coward. And if they don't rock with you, they need to say that out loud to the person's face, because that's cowardice. That's cowardice. That's cowardly. This notion of I'm gonna be cool with you in front of your face and I'm gonna hang out with you. It's like how lame is that where a person hangs out with a person that they don't like? What twilight reality is that? Pure mind bending delusion. You hanging out with a person whom you don't even like. That's weird. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. We're almost at 18,500. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.